Good afternoon. It's meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. Are you loving our new hoodies? They are out. Honey, show them your hoodie. What's up? If you know, you know. Oh, you're on camera. Wait, go. Oh. Yeah, hit the chroma key. Hit the chroma key. Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. So this is my creative strategist. A lot of you might know who he is. He actually has a background in engineering, environmental engineering, and he's going to be traveling abroad very shortly. I will be crying because I'll be missing him, but very, very smart, especially when it comes to environmental solutions. So I am certified broadcast meteorologist Erica Martin and Skywarn Storm Spotter. You all know me. We are going to be tracking some very interesting storm cells right now. Guys, we're seeing some strong storms moving through portions of Texas right now. And you see this line of storms. They were a little bit more aggressive earlier. We were seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings issued by the National Weather Service. Actually, what's interesting is because of the way I have layered this for you all, I was able to populate this a little bit sooner. And so we now are able to, of course, pick up on everything that's happening right now in actual real time. So I'm very excited about that. But I do hope you're all having a great afternoon. We are tracking rain for Southern California. We're also tracking rain for other portions of the nation as well. But as we said, we're going to start off right here with our storms that are moving through portions of Texas. Now, notice here what's interesting is you're getting a various weather alerts here. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Can you all hear me? Please let me know if you can. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. We've got one of our weather watchers on there. It'd be fantastic. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, so what we're doing right now, guys, is we are making sure that everybody sounds fantastic and you guys can hear me clearly. But yeah, the big story, of course, is this line of storms moving through the region here. I want to show you a few items here. I did pull off our radar, okay? So keep that in mind. But you can actually see the embedded storms within this line. This is where they get a lot more aggressive. And in fact, if I zoom in right here, you're going to see one alert that isn't being highlighted. And like I said to you earlier, because of the way I algorithmically um, stack my technology. This is why it's proprietary. There is I get to get a lot of these alerts super early. Okay, now these are the lines. This is the line of storms I'm looking at right now, and these, of course, are the ones that I'm a little bit more concerned about here. You can see Titan impact scale for this guy right there. Do you see this guy right here? That's probably like a 6 to an 8. So this is a strong storm cell, and you are actually starting to see a little bit more aggression here as it continues to move east of Waco. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much to our weather watcher for giving us some really wonderful feedback on these storms moving through Texas. Okay. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm also going to try to get our sweeping radar up in the region. So it looks like just south of Fairfield, moving through Mejia. And let's see who else. Headed towards Oakwood. I'm not seeing, let's see some of these alerts that have been issued. Okay. Let's move these off. Let's get this radar off of here for one moment. I just need to get this radar off of there. Okay. So we have our severe thunderstorm watch that has been issued by the National Weather Service. But this guy right here, this is an interesting storm cell. So this is the one we're going to be tracking for the next few minutes. Okay. Remember, now I have this set to CDT, right? So keep in mind, we're always going to focus on what that view is as far as where that sat rad is looking. So right now, look at the size of this storm cell in particular. I do want to get some local storm reports issued as well. And I'm only going to go back about 3 hours for the latest report, simply because I know we have had several storm reports issued throughout the entire day. I mean, once I zoom out here, look what's happening here. There are so many weather reports right now. There is a lot of activity due to what we're getting here, that influx of that warm, juicy, moist Gulf air. I mean, that is prime for these types of situations right there. And then you can see here your frontal boundary that's moving through. And those air masses, of course, as we always say, battling it out, and right along that air mass, right along that little that frontal boundary, you're seeing where those storms are marching along. I want to actually go a little bit deeper here into what's happening with some of these alerts issued by the National Weather Service, because I'm seeing some special statements issued. Some of these would include flood warnings as well, but it's layered underneath our severe storm warning. So let me, if I could for 1 second, possibly remove this, I would be able to show you exactly what this is. Okay, we've removed that. So this is a special weather statement. Let me highlight that. You're not going to get this anywhere else, guys. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Okay, I've been doing this way too long and I'm way too fast. And it's all because I do Kundalini yoga, by the way, every single morning at 3 a.m. Shout out to Babaji and the Gombin Institute and Hari Jiwan and Siri Shakti. Okay, so do you see these statements that are issued? I'm going to assume this has something to do with radar indicated items, okay? Which means that now we're picking up on our sweeping radar, giving us a hint that perhaps one or two of these storm cells are a little bit stronger, okay? So let's see if we can get that populated. We might not be able to just yet. I might have to go back. There you go. That's what I wanted. See that special weather statement? A strong thunderstorm will impact. It's impacting right now. See this? That was behind what I was telling you. See what I'm telling you? This is what I do all day, all night. And because of the way I have stacked this with our proprietary technology, and again, algorithmically, there is a way in weather that Weather Co-op operates. We do things in a segmented form, if you will. Won't give you all of my secrets, but certainly want you to know that I'm going to keep you guys safe, especially when we're talking about the special weather statement right here. So you see what's happening here is this is giving us a special weather statement because it looks like there was a Doppler radar indicated storm that looked a lot more aggressive at approximately 6:14 p.m. local time near Athens, moving eastward at 40 miles per hour. That's a strongish storm. Now, by the end of this week, we're going to get some really strong storms. I may be out storm chasing. I can't say for sure right now because I have to cover some weather here. But there's definitely going to be some active weather that we're going to be tracking this upcoming weekend. So while this storm looks strong in and of itself, we're going to get some stronger storms in about another 48 hours. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But this entire area here, you can see where that warm Gulf air is clashing into, if you will, that frontal boundary. Really wonderful depiction here. And in fact, what I'm going to do is if I can go up higher in the atmosphere, I'm going to show you something really fun. Okay. I'm going to go once again to 250. That's our jet stream. I like to show you just how active it is. Look at this. Look what's happening. Look at how we're seeing the jet stream behave. Do you see that meridional pattern there? This is what I always tell you guys. Look what's happening. Do you see this? I'm going to go ahead and flatten this out just a little bit too. Gives you a better idea. Do you see that? And also now what we're getting is that subtropical jet versus the polar jet, okay? So now when we're talking about two types of jets. Now we've got the polar, we've got the subtropical jet. This is when things start to really get a lot more aggressive. And you can see here that subtropical jet is just not in the mood to be played with right now. So it's pretty aggressive right now. I'm actually going to stop our radar right now, our sat rad. Actually, and I've pulled off our sat and our rad, so it's just our graphic. I'm going to stop right now. And I'm going to go ahead and move our wind particles down to about 700 millibars. I'm going to go to 700 millibars. And the reason I'm going to do so is because generally speaking, when you're looking for any vertical any type of upward motion, you're going to be looking in this area here. Okay. Generally speaking, it is where the lower of the atmosphere models are, and then that's where then we go to the middle of the atmosphere and higher. Okay, so we're seeing some stronger storms. Okay, look at this guy here. This is about a Titan impact range of what we refer to right here in Weather Co-op as maybe a 2.5 to about a 4.5, dropping some good size hail here just east of Athens. So let's go ahead and get some information on that. This is displaying, of course, a radar indicated stronger storm cell moving also at about 40 miles per hour. This one is indicating P-size hail. So again, this could be an issue, especially maybe for windshields. Just keep in mind, you don't want to be in hail. Let me tell you something. I do reports for insurance agencies, and sometimes I'm like, God, you knew you weren't supposed to be there. So yeah, I see both sides. Okay. All right. So in here, we're seeing it looks like larger hail, likely quarter size hail. We're also seeing another one here, strong storm cell. Do I think these might go tornadic? Oh, I don't know. I don't see enough yet. I don't see any rotation. But still, I think this is an interesting one right here as well, right? So now we're seeing an impact range, Titan impact range of about a 2 to about a 4. Look at that updraft, right? What did I just tell you? So that's what we're going to be looking for. That's telling you that we're getting enough of that vertical velocity, enough upward motion to maintain the precipitation, right, the liquid, to become what? Hail eventually, right? It's going to freeze and become hail, and then it'll eventually fall down because what goes up must come down. It's something they call gravity. Okay, now I'm going to head on over quickly some other reports. Okay, so we're going to track these. We're going to keep an eye on this. This one's interesting here as well. There are a few that I want to look through. Air quality alerts issued, some wind alerts as well. We'll get back to those guys, but let's and once again, you're seeing some items. Any tornado warnings? No, not yet. Nope, not yet. And you know I'll get these first. The only guy, so this is one of our weather watchers, Dave Velez. The only guy that I'd say right now is of interest to me is this one right here, just east of Dew and just west of Langley, okay? That would be the most interesting one. Let me add my sweeping radar, okay? Doesn't mean that there wouldn't be one just yet. We're just keeping an eye on it, okay? Let me also add my radar. See, do you see how this one is of interest to me? Let me loop it for you. I'm only gonna go an hour. Okay, it's gonna be a quick loop. Okay, I don't want it to be a 3-hour loop. Okay, so Oakwood. If there was something that's going to populate right now, okay, and we're getting this information because, again, the way I'm stacking this proprietary methodology, and I stress that because, of course, you all know we're building our own weather company here. I wanted to let you guys know that this right here would be the area of interest. I just don't think this is going to be enough to produce any type of tornado watches or warnings, but we are seeing a severe thunderstorm warning, right? That was issued earlier. And now what we're seeing, of course, is this is a radar indicated stronger storm cell that is producing strong winds, strong wind gusts, and of course, that hail. So these are all things we have to consider whenever we're thinking about the possibility of any type of stronger storm in the area. So thank you so much, Dave Velez, for asking a wonderful question, because oftentimes people want to know, hey, is this going to go tornadic? It needs a lot of ingredients for it to go to tornadic, but certainly it was interesting for us to at least see that. I'm going to go now to an area of interest right now, especially because we've had all those fires, right? So now the area of interest lies in Southern California, central Southern California. Frontal boundaries moving in. We're starting to see that southwesterly flow there. Lots of what we call precipitable water. Okay, so it's called the Pwat value, PWAT. You want to measure that and see what kind of content you have in the atmosphere. Really important right now. We're seeing flood watches, flood alerts. We're also seeing winter type warnings, of course. For some, we talked about that. We talked about how we would see snow levels that would be an issue, especially because of the type of snow, right? Like we were talking about that more wet snow. And we're also tracking this guy right here. Sorry, guys. It's a little warm in here. I've got my hoodie on. I'm trying to show off my hoodie, but I've got all the lights on in here. It's just like, okay. So the pains and sufferings of modeling new gear. All right. What's up, everybody? Weather go up. Okay. So we've got our flood watches. We've got our winter storm alerts as well. We have our wind alerts. And here, this is an interesting guy. Look at this guy right here. Let's track this guy quickly, and then I'm going to sign off. Okay. Let's see. No, let's go back over here. No, we don't want to do that. We can undo that. This guy is clearly interested in that southerly flow, that southwesterly flow. It's tapping into the that nice little juicy atmosphere. Okay, let's go back one here. We can do that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just resetting. Hold on. These things happen. There we go. Here we go. And we're back. So we are tracking this storm cell right here. I'm going to pause this and let's see. I'm going to pause this to right now. And let's get an idea of what this storm is doing. I mean, it's a very weak one. It really is. It's not doing much right now. It's just a little bit of updraft. Possibly some hail soon. I just don't see it just right now. Okay. So we're going to track that very closely for you as well. And I want to set a couple of other items for you guys. Okay. So you can see for the most part that storm cell has fizzled out. Like I said, that's not going to be a big issue. We are getting some nice forcing here. So this is, you can see how it's a lot more active here up and along. Let's see. Let's pick out some cities for you. Get Santa Cruz, San Jose, Morgan Hill, Portola Valley, Gilroy, Fremont, Livermore, Brentwood, Concord, Richmond, Vallejo, Rio Vista, Lodi, Galt, Cameron Park was it? And let's see, Roseville. Who else? Grass Valley, Yuba City, Oroville, but let's get a little bit deeper here. Challenge, Feather Falls. Who else do we have here? Robinson Mills, okay? Did you see those heavier downpours moving through? All righty. So all in all, we are making sure that we're covering you guys quite well here at Weather Co-op, or Weather Meets Community. We're going to go ahead and sign off for just a little bit, but we will be back. Don't forget that you can get your own customized tees and hoodies. Actually, these are really cool. I'll show you something else in the background. Okay, hold on. Can you see it, honey?
Yeah.
Can you see my tagline? Woo! Okay. So yeah, so we're pumped about that. But yeah, of course, we're covering the extreme weather that's moving through Southern California, along with the storm cells, these aggressive storm cells that are moving through Texas. Look at all these wind alerts. Wow. Okay, so this is your high wind warning, your wind advisory, and we're going to keep on making sure that we are up to date with everything here before I sign off. So yeah, these are some concerns here would be for some potential dangerous flooding, whenever you're thinking of the amount of rain that's falling in that short amount of time. And you're also seeing these special weather statements that would really just want you to pay attention in this area, especially with, you see that line of, see that right there? This is what we're looking at. We're looking at this guy right here, though. All right. Titan impact ranges, like I said, 2 to about 4.5 or 5. I'm meteorologist Eric Martin with Weather Co-op, where Weather Meets Community. I'll be back in a bit to give you guys more updates on what's happening here. But in the meantime, I hope you're all playing it safe right now. And of course,